Blur, blur, blur. Hey friend, in this video, I am going to be walking you through how to avoid creative burnout. We all experience creative burnout, feeling uninspired or feeling like frustrated with your results all of the time, and you just want to throw in the towel on your watercolor journey. We've all been there, you're not alone. So let's explore some really effective tools and modalities and things that you can do in order to overcome when you are in a season of burnout, because it is going to happen. It happens to everyone. So creative burnout can feel overwhelming. It can make you feel like you want to give up on your creative practice, whether it's an art practice or you're playing music or pottery, photography, whatever. It can make you want to give up and throw in the towel. And oftentimes a lot of people give up on their creative practice way too early. The main thing that you're achieving, or the main thing that you want to think about when you are starting something new, a new creative practice like watercolor, is that it's developing this trait or this skill within you called resilience. It is the most important piece to learning any new skill, not just an art skill, but it could be learning a new language, it could be learning how to cook, it could be learning whatever, parenting skills, whatever. You need to have this necessary skill in order to achieve new levels of your growth. But within your practice, you're going to find that you're going to hit these walls where you feel stuck, where you feel uninspired, where you don't know where to take it next, or what next tutorials to watch, or what new levels can you unlock. And so this video is going to help break down that whole process of what to do when you feel uninspired or burnt out, so that you can always be reaching new levels in your watercolor journey or in any creative practice. Burnout, before we get there, burnout is something that I've discussed heavily in my course, The Art Within. It's actually where I brought on a guest expert for a lesson. Her name is Dr. Laura Salyer. She's an expert in burnout and grief, and she actually helps hospital professionals, doctors, nurses, etc., overcome burnout, like extreme burnout. And she actually studied the brains of nurses and doctors and what their brain patterns looked like when they were severely burnt out. And there's tons of research beyond hers as well that shows that patients with severe burnout or any level of burnout mimic the same brain patterns as people that are experiencing deep grief, deep, immense patterns of grief and sadness, which is really crazy to think about, actually. So those same brain patterns or ways of thinking and what we emit when we're in levels of burnout are the same that can be repeated and studied in patients that are experiencing grief. And so if you want to check out that lesson, if you want to learn more about burnout and how to overcome it, and more about flow state and how to avoid burnout, that's something that I cover in depth in my course, The Art Within, and her lessons in there. And it's wildly fascinating. But burnout is something that we all experience. And the first step that I like to, whenever I come across a season of burnout, is to take a break. If you are constantly trying to force or manufacture your creativity, you are only going to deepen your level of burnout. So take a step back, take some time to, enjoy some self-care, get some fresh eyes. And I'm talking like going for walks, meditation, mindfulness, journaling exercises. I used to hate journaling. I used to be like, what's the point? I don't know what to write about. I feel like this is cheesy and weird. But then when I just treated it as a way to purge all of these like words and emotions that I've had unexpressed in myself onto paper, take a few minutes to just be still and present with yourself and write down whatever it is that comes out, and don't judge what comes out. You're not trying to achieve anything. You're not trying to tell a story necessarily. You're just writing to purge and to get things out. And that is creating movement, a movement of energy in your body that's going to allow you to start feeling more inspiration, more of that imagination stuff starting to come back to you. I know it sounds fluffy. I know it sounds too simple to be true, but it truly is one of the most impactful practices that I've incorporated for my art specifically in the last couple of years, and it's drastically changed my entire creative process. So start picking up the pen, start writing, start journaling, start just putting your words down on paper. Oftentimes we go through our lives with never communicating our feelings or some needs that aren't being met or whatever. And I know that this might not sound like it directly applies to your art practice, but it really does help you express and move out that energy so then you can be more creative. I also love to go outside, to exercise, to release those endorphins in my body so that I can be more energized and more excited, and more visualization is happening when I'm releasing endorphins in my brain. So a lot of amazing things happen when you go outside, when you take a step away from your painting desk and you just rest or do some self-care or some mindfulness and meditation, etc. A lot of those practices are hands down, the biggest transformation I've seen in my art has come from those practices. And another great way to help overcome creative burnout is experimentation. Experiment with outside mediums. So if you're a watercolor artist, I'm assuming that's why you're on this channel, but if you're a watercolor artist and your only medium of expression is watercolor, you're doing yourself a disservice, because there are so many outside influences that can give you new sparks of ideas or inspiration and your imagination of how to tie in this texture from textiles or from fabrics, or how this color palette looks on, some packaging that you saw, whatever. There's so many different influences that you can take and grab and gather for your art journey, for your watercolor journey from outside influences. So I love playing piano, I love singing, I love writing poetry. Those are my main go-tos for outside influences that help inspire me for new paintings, new ideas, and just having that surge of inspiration moving throughout my body, so that when I sit down to paint, I'm already starting off with feeling inspired instead of feeling stuck. So find an outside medium, something different than watercolor or whatever your main creative practice is. Find something else that is purely for play. You have no pressure on your results or the outcomes of whatever it is you're creating with this outside medium. It is purely for fun and for play. This is going to be your inspiration source. And then my third and final tip for overcoming any sort of creative burnout in your watercolor journey or any creative practice is to come back to the purpose of your creative journey in the first place. So why did you start learning how to paint watercolor? Why did you start learning photography? Why did you start learning music again or playing music again? And I want you to take 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever it takes to jot down those reasons of why you started picking up watercolor or whatever it is, the creative practice that you have. So what was the purpose behind? Maybe you were in a season where you were feeling maybe depressed, or you just wanted something new and fresh in your life, or you wanted to learn something new and just felt like you were stuck in your day job, or whatever the reason is. Get to the core, get to the root of it, of the why you started learning watercolor in the first place, so that you can reconnect with that purpose behind your watercolor journey, that purpose behind your creative practice, which is gonna help ignite and create those sparks again with that creative practice. So come back to your why. That's your little activity. Write for about 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever it takes you, of why you started picking up watercolor, why you started painting with watercolor, whatever, so that you can always come back to that purpose whenever you find yourself in a season of creative blocks or creative burnout. I know it's tough. I know being in a season where you're feeling like you're uninspired and you don't know what to paint, or you're just kind of bored with watercolor or bored with your creative practice. I know that can be tough, but those are some 3 simple and easy ways that I like to bring a surge or spark of inspiration back into my creative practice and back into my watercolor practice. But as always, please leave me a comment in the comments below if this was helpful for you, or if you have any follow-up questions on this topic specifically, or any other ideas or sources of inspiration that you use in your creative practice that have been helpful for you. Please share it, because people who read the comments will benefit from it as well. And if you found this video helpful, please check out my course, The Art Within. We're currently under construction on the course. We're giving some major facelift to the course. It's gonna be amazing. And we're releasing it next month. If you're watching this video at the time we're recording it, which is the month of June, it's releasing July 2024, re-releasing with the new updates. But that's gonna really help you overcome creative burnout and learn how to get into flow state more often with your work and create your best work. So check out that course. And then as always, thank you so much for watching these videos, for liking, subscribing, commenting, all the things, and I'll see you in the next one.